Welcome back, programmers, to another video in our ticket prize booth game. We're going to pick up where we've left off in the third video, where we created our item for sale and added some costumes so that when the player clicks on it, it hides the sprite. To make a new item for sale, we need to choose a new sprite. And for this game, I'm doing musical instruments. So I'm going to go choose this guitar and drag it to this position on the stage. And I'm going to adjust the size so that it's small enough to fit on the shelf. And you can do that over here underneath the stage. Every sprite starts out at 100, and you can change the size to fit what you need. And you can also choose the direction, and you can make the sprite lay down a little bit so that it fits on the shelf. So go ahead and pause the video and get your sprite set up how you would like. Okay, hopefully you're able to get your sprite set up and on the shelf. What we need to do is create a new variable to handle the tickets cost for your new sprite. So I so far have a radio with a radio variable so that when they click on the radio, it subtracts the cost from their total tickets. Well, what's really nice is we can click on these stacks, these algorithms, and we can just drag it very carefully onto our new sprite. And you'll notice it wiggles when we get close to that sprite. And I can let go. And now it's on my guitar. And I can do the same thing with this stack with the event for when I click on the sprite. And there we go. Now it's on my new sprite. There's a couple of things to change though. This is not a radio, it's a guitar. So I can choose Guitar Electric A as my costume when the game starts. But when I choose B, I need to go in and edit the costume because it's a guitar still. We need it to be a blank sprite. So going into costumes, I can click on the guitar and start to delete what's there. And now I have a blank sprite. You can also get a blank sprite by choosing this, choose a costume button, and click the paintbrush. And now I just have an empty sprite named Costume 1 that I can rename to be blank sprite if I want. Really, the name doesn't matter. It's what's easiest for you to find. So pause the video and go ahead and catch up so that you have a costume for what your sprite is when the game starts, and then what it switches to when it's clicked on, which is just an empty sprite. Okay, hopefully you paused the video and were able to catch up on the costumes so you have a visible sprite item for sale, and then just a blank empty sprite costume. Now, we don't need to set the radio cost anymore for my game. This is a guitar. I need to make a new variable. And we can do that from this Variables tab. Click Make a Variable. And I'm going to name this variable Guitar. Variable is just a placeholder for a number. And that number can change. I'm going to set the guitar cost to be a little more expensive than the radio. And I'm going to say 75. So when the sprite's clicked, it's not tickets minus radio anymore. It's tickets minus guitar. And that's all we need to do to set up our second sprite for sale. I'm going to click this tickets box so it shows my tickets here in the top corner so you can see it in action. When I click the radio, it'll subtract the radio cost of 40 and hide. Switched costumes, right? Now I have 861 tickets left. If I click on this guitar, it's going to subtract 75 tickets and hide. There we go. So the player is going to have to keep track of how much they're spending. And when we finish the game, this won't be checked. This tickets won't be visible anymore. But for now, it's a good way to test. So I challenge you to pause the video and try to make your third sprite with your variables and costumes all on your own. Good luck, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay, coders, hopefully you had a good time creating your third sprite and were able to make a variable for that third sprite you want to sell in your prize booth. I created the drums, and I have a new variable named drums, the cost of 120, and it's tickets minus drum. Good luck, see you in the next video.